If you're wondering why you keep seeing a squirrel pop up in your newsfeed, I'm here to fill you in on the details. The viral sensation known as Peanut is a squirrel that became famous recently because he was seized from his owner with the help of 15 officers who raided his home.
And the DEC comes in here. They wouldn't even allow me to feed my horses who have been coming from neglected cases. They spent 5 hours taking apart my house for a squirrel and a raccoon. So I need an explanation as to why this state can find the funding to bring this many people to my house to destroy my life.
And New York authorities ended up euthanizing the squirrel that was a pet of 7 years. Their reasoning was related to rabies, something that these domestically kept animals clearly didn't have. The official statement from the DEC said that the person who was said to have been involved with the investigation was believed to have been bitten by the squirrel, and that both animals were euthanized to test them. This wasn't just any squirrel, of course. Instead, he was rescued by someone named Mark Longo 7 years ago after he witnessed the squirrel's mother getting hit by a car in New York City. Longo took the squirrel home, decided to be its parent, and eventually managed to have Peanut grow a following of over 500,000 followers on Instagram by the time that he was taken. Peanut was also the inspiration for an animal sanctuary.
This was somebody out to get me. We moved to a small town to start a nonprofit animal rescue called Peanut's Freedom Farm. We understood that this internet sensation was a wave, and we wanted to turn it into something great, so we moved to New York from Connecticut. We moved here last April, and we started a nonprofit and have rescued over 300 animals, all in the name of Peanut.
Per Sky News, it is against New York state law to own a wild animal without a license. However, Longo claims that he was filing the paperwork to certify that Peanut was an educational animal before the raid. Personally, I think there would be some sort of middle ground here that's a little bit less extreme than stealing somebody's pets and euthanizing them. I mean, this is something that a little conversation could have sorted out. And I would think that Longo most likely has a valid court case here as well. It seems that maybe due process might have been avoided because he says there's supposed to be a holding period before euthanization that allegedly was not observed in this case. Thankfully, the story's blowing up on social media and has a ton of eyes waiting to see what happens here. Peanut has gained nearly 400,000 followers since all of this started. I mean, it's just so easy to see your pets in this situation. Squirrel or not, this was somebody's pet, and really, I feel like from the details that we've been given so far has just been handled terribly.